Welcome back, everyone. I just remembered that I left my Thumbcraft Wisp spawner on for the past couple hours. I'm glad to see that nothing has exploded. Forgive my frogginess. I am still getting over my cold. So, today, let's do some more Witchery, because I really do like the mod. There's a lot in it. It's only of sort of strange and dubious usefulness, but I'm okay with that, because it's so cool. There's something we should have done just about at the very beginning, though. And I've put it off. And that is to make ourselves a poppet shelf. And get some poppets. Interesting. Okay. So the first thing we need to do for that is make a poppet shelf. The poppet shelf allows you to get the effects of poppets without having to carry them on your person, which I like because I'm not going to carry them on my person all the time. As you can see, I keep a very lean inventory whenever I can. Okay, so some green wool, and nether brick will get us our poppet shelf. Cool. Now we can look at poppets. First thing we'll need for poppets are bone needles. And I took the opportunity before I started recording to grab some of the Spanish moss that was growing in the Witchery area. Looks like we will also need quite a bit of wool, so let's just make a stack. It's made from string anyway, which we have a very large supply. Okay, so we will need a number of poppets. Let's look. I will want a death protection poppet, a few death protection poppets if we can, so we'll say 3 of those, a voodoo protection poppet, so that's a total of 4 so far. A poppet protection poppet, that sounds good, 5. Yeah, okay, so let's make 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. So some of these are things that we don't need. Earth protection poppet makes it so you don't take falling damage. I already don't take falling damage. Drowning damage, fire damage, hunger damage. This will keep my tools from depleting. The issue is almost all the tools I actually use are easier to repair than it would be to make another of these poppets. This is one I am very interested in. Basically gives me extra lives. Don't need to do any voodoo currently, but this will keep anyone from being able to do voodoo on me. Yes, and then this should keep anyone from destroying my poppets. And my armor is all invulnerable anyway, so I don't need that. Okay, so let's start with the death protection poppet. Well, okay. We came here first. We'll start with the voodoo protection poppet. We've got one of those now. For the poppet protection poppet, it looks like we'll actually need toe of frog. We have not yet bred frogs, so we'll have to overlook that for the time being. The death protection poppet takes diamond vapor and drops of luck, neither of which we seem to have. Okay. We can make a few drops of luck, though. And how do we get diamond vapor? Oil of vitriol plus diamond. Okay, we have some oil of vitriol. Get some diamond. And send it over here to our distillery. Oh, right, I think we were using all the diamond vapor to make demon blood. Every once in a while I come by here and tap the crystal ball. Oh, good. Stumble and fall. That sounds exactly like the kind of thing we want to happen. I don't know. It's difficult sometimes when you're, well, I'll say it, as powerful as I am right now. You don't notice some of the negative impacts of witchery, which can make it difficult to know when you can get a new fortune. Not yet, apparently. Okay, let's try for one of these death protection poppets now. Good. We can get 2 of them. Now, I think keeping the poppets here might be a little bit too obvious. Not that anyone isn't going to be able to just look at this video to see where I keep them, but I suppose my force field is going to help in this respect. I will keep my poppet shelf up here in my bedroom. Now, before they are of any use to me, I have to bind the poppets, which I have to do with a tag lock kit, I suppose. Of myself, which I can get by using this bed. Hello, coven mate. Okay, so if I craft the poppet with a tag lock, I bind it to myself. Great. Oh, excuse me, coughing fit. Whew. Today was not the day to forget to bring a glass of water to record. Alright. So, we now have protection from anything up to and including death. We have 2 extra lives before anything particularly bad will happen to us. So I think what we should do next is give ourselves something called an infusion. Infusions are kind of well, they are ways to make yourself even more powerful. And they grant you various benefits. They're kind of, well, they used to be the ultimate in power in witchcraft. But I think the mod has been growing, and so now they are just one of the things excuse me, you do along the way to make yourself more powerful. Okay, let's look where the ritual for this is. Okay. Rite of infusion. And the infusion that I think we want is probably Ghost of the Light. This lets us create a number of blocks, basically, that can trap our enemies in kind of interesting ways. And to do this, we are going to need, here we go, Ghost of the Light. Redstone soup, fire protection poppet, potions of invisibility, and fire resistance. Okay, so let's start with this. I think it will be the easiest of them to get. Okay, I was right. Okay, we've got a base potion of fire resist. That's great. We don't have any invisibility, so we will have to do that. So yes, we need to make a potion of invisibility. Now that is interesting. Okay, we'll need a golden carrot for that, I believe. And then we'll also need a fermented spider eye, I think. So sugar and mushrooms. I should break these mushroom blocks and get the mushrooms from them. We'll also need nether wart. And because we're extending these to long durations, we'll need those. Okay, let's get this brewing. So, if I am remembering correctly, we make a potion of night vision. We actually had one of those. Gosh, I probably could have saved a brewing step, but that's fine. It's good to have extra potions lying around for things like this. So if we have our night vision potion, if we corrupt it with a fermented spider eye, I think that becomes a potion of invisibility. Let's see, this will be the telling moment of whether I remembered this correctly. I did! Hooray! Okay, and then we will increase its length with the redstone. I'm only going to do that to one of these because as it is, I could always use these for other recipes that might need the base potion. Oh man, it's been so long. The rate of MJ to EU transfer. I used to know that like the back of my hand. No longer. There is, what, exactly one thing we're using EU for? Currently. Eventually we will move on and do some industrial craft stuff. Because, well, it's fun in its own way. A torch and tongue of dog. What just happened? I don't know why the ground below us just suddenly fell away. I just figured out what happened. That fortune that said we would meet a great fall. Well, that's what that means, apparently. That was scary. Guess it is time to whip out the old builder's wand. And we can there. Bring it back up to level. I am glad I was standing where I was when that happened. It's one of the few places in this base where breaking the floor open is not going to negatively impact something that's hard to replace. I mean, what if I had been over on my fountain, for example? That would have been awful. Hopefully the mod checks to make sure you're standing on grass. Who knows, though? Okay. Yeah, I'm about to mess with fate again. I will find shinies. I like that. That sounds good. Of course, with my luck, they will appear replacing one of my, I don't know, awesome other blocks. Okay, let's get this in order. Redstone. So, soup, poppet, invisibility, torch. Soup, poppet, invisibility, torch. Resistance, tongue. Okay, and we'll switch out our armor. Oh, nearly forgot. Bottles. Okay, why did that happen? Darn it. Okay, I will be right back when I figure out what just happened. I'll probably just craft some of this off camera and be back once I have it, because that's annoying. Okay, let's try this again. Redstone soup. Fire protection poppet. Potion of invisibility. A torch. Potion of fire resistance. And tongue of dog. There we go. Ghost of the light. Now that we have Ghost of the Light, let's see what the actual ritual entails. Just Ghost of the Light. Standing inside the circle. Okay. I can deal with that. Let us take one to the side. Haha! We have now become infused. As you can see on the left of the screen, right by, oh, it disappears when I open my inventory, but right by the Witchery armor there, that we now have an infusion power meter. Let's see, one of the things that's now open to us, there we go. are using mystical twigs, mystic branch, sorry, the mystic branch to cast magics. I've never gotten that to really work right. That's okay. Excuse me. To make the mystic branch requires another ritual of infusion. Mystic unguent. Let's see what it takes to make mystic unguent. And actually, I'm normally really pretty sure of my pronunciation of words. That is not one that I'm certain of. So, I don't know. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, let me know, because I would be interested in knowing how to properly pronounce that. But, I don't know, like, check the comments or something, because I don't want to be corrected on it for the rest of my life. Okay, so it would be redstone soup, rowan sapling, creeper heart, diamond, demonic blood, all doable so far. And an 8-minute potion of strength. Yeah, maybe I'll make that off camera. The other thing that we can do, now that we are infused, is a little bit of witch magic. Okay, so let's show you how that works. Oh, no. Don't send anything over to GI Elijah's house. That's how I get there now, just because I don't know. I guess I should move it up to my bookshelves. Okay, that's what I wanted. I wanted a witch's hand. We only need one. Witches drop them too frequently, so I have my ME system destroy them when they enter the ME system. So now that I actually want one, yeah, needed to kill some more witches for it, but you can see how quickly that went. Now, let's head out to a place we do not care if we damage. Not that I think we should damage anything. Okay. Left clicking. He gets raised into the air and encased in a barrier. That's pretty cool. Right clicking. I think if we right click, we turn invisible. Oh, there we go. As long as we hold right click, we are invisible. And apparently kind of floaty, which is cool. Although our armor does not turn invisible with us, I don't think, which is too bad. We right click on an enemy, nothing seems to happen. Shift left click. Okay, that flung him up just as it did the mana creeper. Okay, left click and shift left click seem to do the same thing. Shift right click encases him right where he is. And can also make a little wall if I do it on the ground. I think that's everything I can do with this power. I might be mistaken. There might be a couple of other tricks. Now I can pass through these. But others cannot, I guess. Anyway, neat. And when I am back at my Witchery circle, I can recharge my infusion power with a ritual, again, some circle magic. Okay. Oh, okay, force field was just taking a while to load. I think that is going to do it for today. So we have become infused, and we also now have a poppet shelf containing multiple poppets. Oh, and I was fixing my bowline. The other thing, though, I should show you is that one of our death protection poppets is gone. And that is because actually infusing yourself, well, kills you. So I think we have another poppet ready to go to replace that death protection poppet. And so I'll do that. I'll probably infuse a infuse one of those branches off camera between this episode and next. And additionally, maybe I'll start working on some more of the prerequisites for getting us a toad, because then we can theoretically make ourselves a poppet protection poppet. An entire other side to the Witchery mod that we will eventually explore is the spirit world, or the dream world, and we will enter that soon enough. Some of the most impressive effects that Witchery can do require reagents that have been harvested there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.